Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hollyoaks has revealed the tense aftermath of Tony Hutchinson's shocking Arlo fielding incident. In last night's episode, the soap continued Ro's shocking bullying storyline, which has seen the character targeted by Arlo with transphobic insults, physical violence and threats against his life. This was compounded for Ro with the announcement of Dad Tony's engagement to Arlo's mom Marie, though things came to a head this week after Deanne found nasty messages on Ro's phone from Arlo. While she had tried to alert Tony to the bullying, he hadn't been listening. Though when Tony asked his son about what was going on, Ro insisted nothing went wrong. However, Ro eventually came clean to Diane about his ordeal. At the engagement party, Arlo played nice in front of the adults, though during a speech in which Arlo claimed that Ro was his new best friend, Tony could see how upset Ro was, realizing that Diane was telling the truth. He then saw red and slapped Arlo in front of everyone. Hollyoaks has now shared a teaser clip from the aftermath of the violent incident in Monday's episode, as Tony and Marie argue about what happened. If you had seen Ro at that party when Arlo said his name, the fear in his eyes, he was shaking, Tony tells her. Deanne told me and I didn't want to believe it, and I saw it. And I saw how badly I let my son down. His bully just standing there smiling and laughing. Marie, I'm sorry, but what I did was just pure instinct. Marie insists that her son is not a bully and is in pieces after the slap, Tony replying, now he knows how Ro feels. What is this, tit for tat? Marie hits back. Arlo's just a little kid, you're supposed to be a man. Some man you are. Tony argues that it is history repeating itself, and that Marie was blind to what Abe did. Now you're doing the same with Arlo. Even if he was a bully, you hitting him is beyond out of order. All right, Marie declares, repeating that Arlo isn't a bully and declaring that Tony makes her sick. She also questions their engagement, adding, I spent years of my life in a relationship with a violent thug, and I will not spend a single second in another. Now get out of my house. The world of Hollyoaks is no stranger to drama, but the latest twist involving Tony and Arlo has shaken the very foundations of the village. What began as a seemingly minor confrontation between two characters has escalated into a shocking incident that has reverberated through every corner of the show's complex network of relationships. The aftermath of this explosive event is playing out in tense and unexpected ways, leaving fans on the edge of their seats as they eagerly await each new development. As the dust settles and the consequences unfold, it becomes clear that Tony's actions have set off a chain of events that will leave an indelible mark on the lives of many characters for months to come. Tony, a beloved figure in Hollyoaks, has long been known for his loyalty, charm, and at times, his stubbornness. He's a character who has been through his fair share of highs and lows, from his relationships to his involvement in some of the most shocking storylines in the series' history. But even Tony, with his established track record, has managed to surprise viewers with his recent actions, particularly in relation to Arlo, a character whose own story arc has become increasingly intertwined with Tony's. What seemed like an isolated incident quickly spiraled into something far more significant, and the ramifications are far-reaching. For those who may not be familiar with the ongoing saga between Tony and Arlo, the two characters have had a history that has been anything but straightforward. Their relationship, which began with a tentative and sometimes strained dynamic, has evolved into something much more complicated in recent weeks. Arlo, who is known for his more unpredictable and at times volatile personality, has clashed with Tony on multiple occasions. What began as disagreements over minor issues gradually transformed into deeper, more personal conflicts that ultimately set the stage for the shocking incident that would change everything. The tension between the two characters had been building for some time, but when it finally reached its boiling point, no one could have predicted the shocking consequences that followed. The incident itself occurred unexpectedly, with emotions running high and both Tony and Arlo caught in a moment of intense conflict. The altercation, which initially appeared to be a brief confrontation, escalated rapidly into something much more serious. In the heat of the moment, Tony made a decision that would have far-reaching consequences for both him and Arlo, leading to a shocking twist that left viewers stunned. The incident itself was shocking enough, but it's the aftermath that is proving to be just as unpredictable and fraught with tension. As the dust settles, Tony is left grappling with the fallout of his actions, unsure of how to repair the damage that has been done, and whether it's even possible to do so. The immediate aftermath of the incident saw Tony trying to make sense of what had just happened. As one of the most established and morally grounded characters in Hollyoaks, Tony was shaken to his core by the events that unfolded. The intense emotions that led up to the incident have now given way to feelings of guilt, regret, and confusion, as Tony realizes the full extent of his actions. His relationship with Arlo, once fraught but manageable, has now been irrevocably changed, and it's clear that the road to redemption will be anything but easy. In the days following the incident, Tony faced mounting pressure from those around him. His family, friends, and even other residents of the village all had strong opinions about what had happened. Some were quick to place the blame solely on Tony, citing his role in escalating the confrontation to the level it reached. Others, however, saw the incident as the result of a long-simmering tension between the two men, with Tony's actions seen as a desperate attempt to regain control of a situation that had spiraled out of hand. The village became divided over the incident, with lines drawn between those who supported Tony and those who couldn't condone his actions. Arlo, too, was left reeling from the event. While he had been a polarizing figure in the past, his reaction to the incident added a new layer of complexity to his character. Arlo, who had always been portrayed as a bit of a wild card, showed a side of himself that many viewers had not seen before. As the fallout from the incident unfolded, Arlo's emotions ranged from anger to confusion to hurt, as he grappled with the reality of what had just transpired. The incident forced Arlo to confront not only his relationship with Tony, but also his own past and the patterns of behavior that had led him to this point. While his reaction to the situation may have been unpredictable, it was clear that the impact of the incident would have lasting effects on both his character and his relationships within the village. As the episode and its aftermath unfolded, fans of Hollyoaks were left with more questions than answers. The tension between Tony and Arlo, which had been simmering for months, had now reached a breaking point, and no one was sure what the future held for these two characters. Would they be able to rebuild their relationship, or had the damage been done beyond repair? And perhaps more importantly, what would the fallout mean for those around them? The incident was not just a turning point for Tony and Arlo, but for many other residents of the village who were caught in the crossfire of the ensuing drama. One of the most striking aspects of the aftermath was the way it affected the people closest to Tony. His family, in particular, found themselves caught in the emotional crossfire of the incident. For his wife, Diane, the situation was a painful reminder of the emotional and psychological toll that Tony's decisions often took on their family. Diane's loyalty to Tony was never in question, but the incident forced her to confront the harsh realities of their relationship and what it meant for their future. As she supported Tony through his guilt and remorse, Diane had to decide whether she could truly forgive him for his actions or whether this was a breaking point that would change everything. Meanwhile, the wider community of Hollyoaks was also affected by the incident. Friends and acquaintances of both Tony and Arlo found themselves forced to take sides or find ways to mediate between the two men. The village, which had once felt like a close-knit community, now seemed fractured by the fallout from this shocking event. Relationships were tested, and alliances were redefined as people grappled with their feelings about the incident and what it meant for the future. Fans of the show, who have been invested in the lives of these characters for years, were quick to share their thoughts and opinions on social media following the airing of the episode. The incident and its aftermath quickly became a hot topic of conversation, with viewers expressing everything from shock to disbelief to sympathy for Tony and Arlo. Many praised the writers for crafting such a complex and emotionally charged storyline, while others debated the morality of Tony's actions and questioned whether he could redeem himself in the eyes of the audience. The response from fans was a testament to the impact that Hollyoaks continues to have on its audience. The show has always excelled at creating storylines that challenge viewers' expectations and force them to confront difficult issues, and the aftermath of Tony's shocking incident with Arlo was no exception. The emotional weight of the storyline, coupled with the uncertainty of what comes next, has kept fans eagerly awaiting each new episode to see how the drama will unfold. As for Tony and Arlo, the path forward is unclear. Both characters have a long road ahead of them, filled with emotional reckoning, difficult decisions, and the possibility of redemption. Whether or not they can repair the damage done by the incident remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the impact of this shocking twist will be felt for a long time to come. The aftermath of Tony's shocking Arlo incident has set the stage for a new chapter in Hollyoaks, one that promises to be filled with intrigue, emotional complexity, and high-stakes drama. As the village picks up the pieces and tries to make sense of what has happened, fans can expect even more twists and turns as the storylines continue to unfold. With the tension between Tony and Arlo far from over, it's clear that Hollyoaks has once again managed to deliver a compelling and unpredictable narrative that keeps viewers coming back for more. What will become of Tony and Arlo? Can they rebuild their fractured relationship, or has the damage been done beyond repair? The answers to these questions are yet to be revealed, but one thing is certain: Hollyoaks has once again left fans with their jaws on the floor, eagerly awaiting the next shocking twist. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Hollyoaks Update YouTube channel for more update news.